Good morning, everyone. This is the Martinez Podcast with your host, Roberto Martinez. Today we're going to talk about the game that happened yesterday versus the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Come every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday for our podcast on YouTube. You can watch our podcast at www.youtube.com/Martinez392. Let's just get into something straight out before we get into this podcast about something that came up this morning regarding the game last night. That there was photos taken, and the Cowboys fans tried to create another controversy, but it didn't happen. The cell phone on Giants sidelines did not violate the rules. 12 days ago, the Giants committed a bizarre and brilliant violation of the in-game communication rules when Ben McAdoo used a walkie-talkie to replay plays to quarterback Eli Manning. On Thursday night, the Giants appeared to commit a separate violation of the rules. They didn't. In response to the photo making the rounds of someone in Giants gear holding a cell phone during the loss at Philadelphia, the NFL tells PFT that the use of the device was permitted. It was permitted because the person using it was Ronnie Barnes, the team's senior vice president of medical services and head athletic trainer. Here is the rule. Team doctors and members of the athletic training staff are permitted to use tablets, cell phones, smartphones, or similar devices within the bench area and locker room to communicate players' injury information. The bottom line, there is no fodder fines that will be committed against the New York Football Giants for this matter. My thoughts on the game last night. Overall, it was a really poorly played with the Giants. The Giants played poorly. Let's get that out of the way. But here's the facts that we need to get a hold of this. It's week after week we see the same bullcrap against the New York Football Giants, and it's getting crazy. We see these refs who cannot call the calls right. If anybody remembers when quarterback Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles got hurt, you remember that sack, right? Well, almost sack. That hit. They called a roughing passer call penalty on him, on Vereen. And it wasn't. You know what that call was? You know what that call should have been? Intentional grounding. That ball did not pass the line of scrimmage, and that hit was fine. Because he already had him almost in his hands when he hit the down to the ground before he released the ball. That was no roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is when you too late getting to the quarterback. He wasn't too late getting to the quarterback. He was at the quarterback before the ball got released. You can't stop that. There's no stopping that. Another thing, on the fourth down play, 4th and 1 in the last play of the quarter, when you saw the Eagles hold Sterling Shepard on a 4th down and 1 play. We throw the ball to him. Shepard catches it. He gets held. The ball comes out and there's no penalty. How do you throw the ball 63 times and not one pass interference penalty was called? How do you do that? That's almost impossible. How do you pass the ball 63 times and not one pass interference penalty was called? Doesn't that kind of seem fishy to you? It surely does to me. That's called the refs don't know how to ref a game, and then refs who was reffing them games should have been suspended. And that's just the end of the story. Every single ref that does not do the job should be suspended without pay until they get the job together. I really hope that they do have full-time refs next year because it will fix almost all the problems they're currently having. Every single ref on that football field should not be working another job. They should be working at the NFL full-time. And that's not the case with many of the refs. With all the refs, actually. We need to make sure we do the right thing, and we need to make sure that we get these problems fixed. The New York Football Giants need to get a hold of Roger Goodell and tell him, week after week after week, we see the same problems. You're not fixing them. What's going on? They need to put better refs on the football field because these refs are not doing their job correctly. The Giants had one penalty go their way last night. One penalty. How do you go to a game and only have one penalty go your way? You can tell me that one when you want to tell me. Because that's bullcrap. Another thing. The New York Giants defense played lights out last night. Quite frankly, they did. The score may not tell you, but they did. They played lights out The score would have been they went on and scored 14 points if we just got the damn football and if Eli Manning didn't throw the sixth pick. Other than that, they did nothing all night. Let's be real on that. Other than that, they did nothing all night. The games were in our hands. If Eli Manning did not throw that sixth pick, we would have won the football game. I can't blame him on that, though, because if you look at the play, Will Tye should have been there and catching that football. There's no reason why Will Tye could not cut that football. He did not fight hard enough. He should have came back to the football and called it. And that's it. This is our podcast for today. Check us out every Thursdays, Sundays, and Tuesdays. My name is Roberto Martinez with the Martinez Podcast, and have a great day.